Hello, beautiful souls. Happy New Year. I hope you're as excited as I am about 2026. It feels like it's going to be a super exciting year. And I feel like the more of us can hold really positive thoughts and expectations about this year, that really does make a difference. So I will be doing a video upcoming about the year of the fire horse, and that's really going to be talking more about the energies of 2026. But for today, I thought I'd do a little reading just for January because this transition month. If you recall, if you watched my November 2025 video, I talked about this winter as being this almost a period of hibernation and deep going within. And the energies have really been supporting deep inner work. But for January, this is like the very end of that time. And it's feeling to me like it's going to feel just a little bit different. And then when we shift in later January from this Capricorn phase that we're in right now into Aquarius, energies are going to really start lifting up after that. So I'm looking at this month, January 2026, as being a month of almost like this, not really a calm before the storm, but almost like this staging period, right? Where we've come out of the deep slumber, but we still have some time to take a deep breath and collect our energies and prepare for diving into this year of 2026 in a deeper way, in a probably a faster and more exciting way, coming up in the months ahead. So what it's feeling to me is like a very, very powerful time for setting intentions. Now, we almost always do this in January, or at least, we do some planning for the year ahead, but it's really feeling to me like this January 2026 is going to be a very fertile time for that, much more so than usual. My higher self is telling me that thoughts and actions taken this month, no matter how small, have a greater than usual potential to affect the future significantly. So small seeds can sprout into big influence when planted this month. All right. So this is an encouragement to really consciously start feeling into what feels good to you. What habits do you want to cultivate for 2026? What projects are calling to you? Really feel into that. And also, I was given to share that if you're not into setting intentions, just consider that you have more influence in the world and in the universe than you maybe are aware of. And that when we are not conscious about our actions and our thoughts, that power that we have, that power of will that we have, what it's kind of like is handing it off to somebody else. So whatever like stronger wills are going out there in the world, if you don't have a really clear idea of what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you want to direct your energy towards, that energy is going to be kind of hijacked into somebody else's directives, right? Whether we know it or not. That's just natural law, okay? So just an encouragement to really feel into, well, what's actually calling you. Oh, and there's one more thing happening in January that I think is really super important. And it's something that I didn't realize when I was talking about this period of time back in November, and that there will be a shift. But the planet Neptune on January 26th is going to be shifting signs. It's going to be moving from Pisces into Aries. And why is this significant? It's because Neptune is this planet of spirituality. So it is a planet that has a lot of influence over our own spiritual evolution and the spiritual evolution of humanity and the earth itself, right? So, as you may know, Pisces is the end of the zodiac. So, not only is Neptune changing signs, but it's going into a whole new cycle. And for Neptune, that's about 160 years. when we look at Neptune going from Pisces, which is this really dreamy sign, in fact, Neptune's the ruler of Pisces, right? So if the last few years since about 2011 have felt kind of dreamy and a little otherworldly, that may be why. But when we shift into Aries, Aries is this fire sign. It's this sign of an initiation, new beginnings. So we may see things, at that time this month begin to really shift, not only into this year of the fire horse, but also into this very fiery phase of Neptune, which could relate to a lot of things in the world, but we may personally feel like we have a lot more initiative and ability to start really taking action, especially where our spirituality intersects with the world. All right. And so this could manifest in so many ways. I'm not even going to get into that in this video, but just to be aware that this change, this shift is about to happen. And just a heads up for those who have ears to hear it, the last time that Neptune went into Aries was in 1861, and that is the exact year that the Civil War started, and it's also the year that the income tax was first levied in the United States. So interesting, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of geopolitical things are already shaping up right now, and also in the monetary system and finances. So just a heads up to look for. All right, so I'm going to be drawing a couple of cards for this month to support us through this month. And these are going to be from my Spirit Animal Awareness deck. And while I shuffle, I also want to invite you to my next Lightworkers Cafe gathering. These are free bi-monthly gatherings. And if you like card readings, we're going to do a community oracle reading for the first quarter of 2026. I'm really looking forward to it. So if you are interested in joining me in my community of heart-centered spiritual seekers for that, the link will be in the description below. Spoken Earth Ministries, you would just sign up to receive those emails, and you will receive invites to this and all of our gatherings. All right, so drawing a card first here for the first portion of January 2026. This will be the Capricorn portion, and the card is Spider. All right, so I feel like this is a beautiful card for this time, because as I said, this is still this time of deep winter that we are able to really kind of go deep. Spider is a very patient creature. She knows how to sit in stillness. And so she's got these feelers out, right? So every single thread of this web is connected to her. She feels into the whole web of existence, right? We know that the universe is so interconnected. And so the invitation for this first portion of January 2026 through the 19th is to come to stillness in such a way as allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to, and for you, this may be to spend some time in meditation every day and allowing yourself to feel into the currents of what's happening. It may be an invitation to allow yourself to feel what you're actually feeling emotionally, and to come into deep honesty, right, with anything emotional that comes up. We have a full moon coming up in Cancer on the 3rd, and that may bring up some emotions, but really an invitation to be in this feeling mode, and also coming into the center, right? Feeling into our heart space so that we can start attuning our hearts to, what's actually going on out there. And through the heart, we can start to make choices that will align in a higher way, right? So let me pull one more card here, and this will be for the Aquarius portion of January. We're going to be seeing the sun moving into Aquarius on the 19th, and that will be a precursor to a lot of changes. So this card, interesting, is a sloth, but it's coming up as a reverse. All right. So, it's almost like a little call to action, right? Get out of bed, sleepyhead. Time to wake up, time to start maybe doing a little early spring cleaning, perhaps, and feel into, well, where do I want to focus my energy, right? The shadow side of sloth, and this also when it comes up in reverse, we can look at some of the keywords are procrastination, attachment, sluggishness, and Achilles heels, right? So time to put a pot of coffee on, sweep the cobwebs out of the head, right? That spider kind of energy, it's time to just kind of brush that off. Hopefully by the 19th, you'll have had the ample opportunity to do that deep work. And this is just saying it's time to just start to spring into the action or prepare for it at least. Couple these things, procrastination. What have you been putting off? Right? Time to just start meeting that head on, as well as attachment. Where do you feel like you have some kind of attachment, whether it's to a person relationship or something that's in your past that needs to just be cleared out, right? This is going to be a really good time to do that in late January as we prepare for the months ahead. So again, we're going to be seeing some really big shifts ahead, and this is a great month to prepare for that. All right, so thanks for watching. If you'd like your own copy of the Spirit Animal deck, I'm going to leave that link in the description below. And again, I invite you to join me on January 4th to come pull some cards together. Have a wonderful January, and remember, you were born to be free.